Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Scotty B Show with my great friend King from KAE Sports Talk. How are you, King?
Oh, I'm good.
So tonight we're talking baseball, Major League Baseball. Uh, Next year, the schedules are going to be changed for everybody. They're going to be supposedly better. It's going to even the playing field for every single team in baseball. So all 30 teams are going to play against each other, and they're all going to play the same amount of games against each other. So there's no, hey, we played Atlanta 6 times and they only played them twice and stuff like that. Um, so we're going to touch on that because they come out with that. Um, Anything you want to say before we start hitting her a little hard on there?
Yeah, just kind of exciting to see. I even did the notes and figuring out, you know, try to see if we can solve some of the equations if there
Right.
was a question mark.
Yeah, because there is some question marks that even though we talked about a little bit, Major League Baseball has not come out with what's called the natural rival teams yet.
Yeah,
So to know for sure exactly who they are, we don't. It's a guessing game from here on out.
yeah,
So we're going to try and figure it out the best we can uh, with what we have the knowledge of in baseball and stuff. So let's start at the top here. I'm just going to read off of this because I don't want to screw it up. So they
right.
say Major League Baseball is going to have a balanced schedule starting in 2023. All 30 teams will play every other team. So
Yeah,
to start it off, there's going to be 56 games in the division. So that's
yep,
14 games against each divisional rival.
yep. That's the
And
easy
then
part.
that's the easy part. Then there's going to be 60 games against the rest of the league, which we thought was an easy part until where we got this piece of information from. And everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. Somebody made a typing mistake on here, and me and King were like, "What the heck? This don't add up." They
Yeah,
put that as 10 games each against remaining teams. There'll be 10 remaining teams in the division, so that wouldn't add up. We figure it's supposed to be six, and we're correct on that because we found some information later on. So it's going to be 60 games against the rest of the league, 6 games against each remaining team in the league. And then they come to the interleague play, where we're going to have 46 games of interleague play now. There's going to be
yep,
3 games apiece against 14 teams in other league. And then there's going to be 4 games against natural rival. Now, natural rival, like me and King said, well, natural rival for LA is San Francisco. The Tigers is probably maybe the White Sox, but they're
yeah,
talking interleague play. They're not talking American League against American League, National League against National League. So
yeah,
it sounds like they're trying to make a natural rival. Am I right?
yeah. And some cities, it's easy because of geographical location for like the big cities.
Right. Oops.
Between somebody from a different league, national or American league.
Right. And that's where I came into. So that is the headline there. And then when you read a bit of the story here, this story is written by Mark Feinsand. I believe his name is
Yeah,
Feinsand. Apologize if I
right,
pronounced it wrong. So we'll go
right.
down in the story a little bit, and it says teams will face their 4 division opponents 14 times each season. That's easy.
Yeah,
Seven
yeah,
home and 7 away for a total of 56 games.
yeah. And hello, Go More Hike. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, go more Ike. How are you, bud? Blowing off fireworks tonight? All
Yeah,
right. So that makes up 56 games. 7 home, 7 away against 14 teams in your division.
yeah.
Now they
And
will. I'm sorry, go ahead.
and let's stay there for a split second. So, what would your guess be? Because within the 14 games, like for example, Dodgers Giants play 14 games. Would they schedule that right off the bat where we open up against our division rivals? Or are we going to kind of spread it apart because we have some weather situations from East Coast, Central, and West Coast?
Well, I think we all know baseball doesn't care about weather because the Tigers are always playing in the beginning of April when it's snowing, you know.
Yeah,
So, and the Yankees and the Met, everybody. So, weather is a concern for them, but there ain't a whole lot you can do about it. I mean,
yeah,
teams in the North should build stadiums with a roof on it, plain and simple. And then you got
yeah,
rain after the snow done. But I don't. I really believe that they are going to start off like Dodgers and Giants. Tigers in their division against maybe the White Sox or Minnesota and stuff like that. I do believe they will because it'll start the season off hot.
yeah.
That's my
Like
opinion.
Yankees, Boston.
Yeah, Yankees, Boston. So
Okay.
that would not surprise me if they do that. I mean, I guess it
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me if they didn't, but I think that's the way to go because coming out of spring training, everybody's antsy, ready for the season to go. The fans are ready for the season to go. And here you go, you walk into the ballpark, Yankees in Boston right off the bat. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Let's get it going now. Let's get welcome to the jungle. Here we go.
yeah.
As they say.
And and another question mark is since it's 7-7, are they gonna break it up where three trips are gonna make one 3-game series and then 2-game series, or is it gonna just be two trips to minimize travel, 3 games and a 4-game series at the end of the year?
Well, it says here 7 home, 7 away, right? That's
Yeah.
games.
So
Is that games, or is that how many times they play each other?
yeah,
That's
well, it's yeah. So the question is this going to be two trips? So is the Giants going to make only two trips to Dodger Stadium where they play three and then four at the end of the year, or is it two right off the bat, three in the middle, and two when we're making the travels? So I'm just throwing that in there.
Yeah, that's a great question because I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I would imagine they would do just like you said, uh, two, two, and three. Maybe stick to three in the middle of it, or maybe stick to three on the end of the year. How
hmm.
about finishing up the year every year playing the Giants in a
Yeah,
three-game series?
yep.
That
Or a
would be
division of rival.
yeah, you know, yeah, because if you go 4-3, you're done after two sets.
Yeah, or you just it or four in the beginning and then three to the end of the season.
That's a long time to wait to see the Giants again, but
Yeah, so
because
that's the question mark.
you also have to think about their money. Money is always on their mind, of course.
Hmm.
So which is going to bring the bigger bucks? Two,
And
two,
let's
three,
add,
or 4-3,
yep, and let's add the component of the NFL season starting in September.
right? Right. But depends on how if baseball's going hot. That carries over because football's just starting. But
Yeah,
I agree with you on the 2-2-3. I mean the 4-3. I don't think because I think they would it would be more towards the fans if they go 2-2-3.
yeah,
Then you got 3 times you got San Francisco coming to LA.
yeah. And then to throw another caveat to this, of course, with the division rivals or Major League Baseball in general, we know in general the ratings have been tanking bad. So is this that does that situation have a reason why all of a sudden we said, hey, we need to do something to get more fans in the stadiums by doing this type of scheduling?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't think a 4-3 would help with the fans getting fans in the
Yeah,
stadium. Especially at the beginning of the year, kids are still in school.
yeah,
If you waste 4 Giants games at the beginning of the year, either at your place or their place, kids are still in school. Yeah, you're going to get a hell of a turnout for opening day. But other than that, um,
yeah,
I don't know what you'd get. I,
yeah,
and getting the fans in the seats is their fault. These
yeah,
contracts that they're signing for TV and for everything else that they're making, that's where they're making their money now.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so that's their fault, I think.
yeah,
For us, we
and,
love having it on TV every single night, right?
yeah. Yeah.
But putting it on TV every single night is not drawing fans to the stadium.
Yeah. And here's another issue. Because if you want the two best teams, the Dodgers Giants, to get going, uh, how do you make it where they play on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Because you have that odd number of 7 home games.
Right.
So, so are you going to sacrifice one
Well,
of the weekend games where everyone's off of work?
well, that's
Or
why if you go 2-2, the 2-2s are going to be in the middle of the week. Like
yeah,
Wednesday, Tuesday,
yeah,
and Wednesday, or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So the three game set would be the only one that might catch a weekend.
Yep. Unless they're going to do something crazy where more travel is going to be required, like, oh, let's go to the Colorado from Monday and Tuesday, and then let's go to San Diego for Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll skip Friday and then Saturday, Sunday. See, but that'll
Well,
be really hard to schedule it that way.
well, you got to remember the interleague play is up to 46 games, which means
Yeah,
you're going to be able to pack a lot of that in there.
yeah,
Because they're I don't know what they're playing. They're playing 16 interleague game. Teams will have 46 such. So they're going to be able to pack those in between those twos, I think.
yeah, and
Plus the rest of the division. You know,
yeah,
I think everybody waits for the Giants Dodgers game. That's the big game out west, or the Yankees in Boston.
yeah,
And so if you keep them on their toes, and hey, maybe not. Maybe they won't play the Dodgers and Giants. Hell, maybe they might not do it until August when things
yeah,
get heated up. I depends on what's on their mind like that.
yeah,
But I think
yeah,
it'd be a good start to the season. But like I said, the only problem is maybe you start with the three. If you start them off, uh, um, if you start them off the season together, Giants and Dodgers, you'd have to start them off with a 3 game set. I would think, wouldn't you?
yeah, yeah. Or usually what they won't do is they might wait till late April, because I've noticed they haven't really done too many starts with Dodgers and Giants the last few years.
Right.
It's been Colorado or San Diego or Arizona.
Right. Yeah, and
So
you guys are ending your year with 6 games against Colorado.
yeah, yeah. That was just due to the fact that the lockout made that happen.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, looking at it, I would say you got to go 2-2-3 to make it stretch it out. I mean, if you played 4-3, you're not really playing against each other much. I mean, 7 games is 7 games, but still, when you go 2-2-3, you got 3 different times that the Giants are coming into Dodger Stadium, Dodgers going into Giants Stadium. That
Yeah,
you don't know, and maybe what they'll do is play 2 in April, 2 in July, 2 in September, or I'm sorry, 2 in April, 2 in July, and 3 in September.
yeah,
Stretch them out like that.
yeah. And plus, whoever's scheduling, they're got to work with 30 ballparks and know when the venue's open and not open.
Well, wait a minute too, but they also a few years back they decided what is it the last month that they play their divisions down the stretch.
That's usually the case. This year, yeah, the Dodgers do finish with Colorado, Arizona, and then of
Right.
course there's some other teams in the mix in the NL Central, like the
Oh, really?
Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I know they started doing that a couple of years ago, and if they want to continue that, then yeah, the three would be towards the end of September sometime. Imagine last three days of the season, Giants Dodgers. You
hmm
guys are tied for first.
yeah. Shots heard around the world.
Man, you ain't kidding. All
So
right. But yeah, I mean that's interesting to think about. But yeah, I mean if you went 2 April, 2 July, 3 in September, which would be the end of September,
yeah,
that would roll you into the stretch right there. That would probably work it out for that.
yeah.
Because
So
I know we started off against the division this year, so
Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, there's our within the National League or within our league, they made it easy. 6 games. That's the easiest I've ever seen it.
well, yeah. So it says here they will also face the other 10 teams in their league 6 times apiece, playing a
Yeah.
3-game set at each ballpark.
Yeah.
So it's only 6 times a piece, or is it it's 6 times in each ballpark or 3 in each ballpark, right?
Yeah. It'll be 3-3. So
Right.
we'll have a lot of weekend series.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll cover the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night games.
Yeah. So some of our interdivision will be like the 2-game sets. So
Right.
I think it might be probably 3 visits because to make it 7 days, and then of course 6 and 6, the occasional 1 or 2 days off each month.
What do you talk about on the two and on the two?
Yeah, to make it a 7. So on some weeks it's just going to be all 7 days they're going to go, and then other weeks it'll be 3 and 3. You'll have that occasional Monday off and Thursday off.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
you want to
I can't. The six games. So the 6 times a piece, 3 game set at each ballpark, like you said, is going to cover most of the weekends. So that like that 2-2-3 you were talking about, that's going to fill in the weekdays in the middle.
yeah, it'll
No
be
matter if
mostly
people are going to be about that.
yeah, especially it's within your own division.
Right. But you know what? At the end of the year, you're going to have 3 games against them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to come down
But
to that. That sounds exciting there.
yep, and remember, we got to go back and forth. So Dodgers need to go to 3 in San Francisco, and
Hey,
then
Nippon.
yep, Nippon, welcome. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got a lot of scheduling factors. How do you schedule this out and
Well,
make
that's
the
just it. I
travel?
mean, you can come out and put this on paper, but now you got to figure out what team. Like you said, traveling. You
Yeah,
don't want the teams are going to get mad if it costs them too much money, just like NASCAR is. They don't want
yeah,
to go to West Coast race once, go back to East Coast, and then go back to West Coast. Costs too
yeah,
much money, so they
yeah,
have to figure this in with that in their mind. That okay, this team is doing an East Coast trip. Are they going to run out of games from doing the East Coast trip,
yeah,
playing the games at once or what?
yeah. Nippon, MLB, Major League Baseball.
Come on, Nipbom, you know what MLB is. Mike,
Major ligament bruise. Yeah, that too.
careful, King might have his sound effects on him.
Uh, I know. Put the alien one.
So yeah, so that's the interesting part of that is we don't know. We see the schedule, but we don't know when they're going to play each other and how they're
Yeah,
going to set it up. I believe, like you said, the 2-2-3 makes a lot of sense. They do two in April, 2 in July, save the 3 for September because that's when they play their division down the stretch.
yeah. And plus, you could use it as a caveat, like say the Dodgers. They do 2 in Arizona, 2 in Colorado, and then maybe a 3-game series in Chicago.
Yeah, that'd be a Midwest swing.
Yeah. And then if they're going on the East Coast, it could either be something on the way with our division again, or just 3-3. All right, let's just go to New York and Philadelphia.
Well, you're
Done.
on the East Coast, you don't have to worry about your division out there.
Yeah,
So you're going to be
yeah,
playing the 3 game sets, maybe even a 4 game set out there. But also,
yeah,
too, what a 2-2-3 helps do, uh,
yeah,
or even not even scheduling more than a 3 game set with anybody, it helps avoid what we're going through this year because of the
yeah,
lockout. We're playing a lot of double headers.
yeah,
We got a lot of and every year at the beginning of the year in April, we get snow or rain someplace where somebody loses games.
yeah,
Now they got to figure it out where they're going to put these games. So these 2 2s in the middle and 3s, it's going to be helpful for that. They could sneak them in on Monday or something, or on Thursday and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
The only
Especially
thing
they're
it
making
does,
it.
but the only thing it does is if it's a game that you're making up against Chicago and you're getting ready to go play Miami and Baltimore and stuff like that, you got to go to Chicago first or something, you know.
Yeah. Or you hope you get to, if you're going to Chicago, maybe you can get one White Sox game in if you missed a White Sox game.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. If you're going to play the Cubs, say, oh, we got to make up that White Sox game. Yeah,
Yeah. That'd be interesting if hopefully there's a day off, or imagine if they play a double header. Say, all right, we got to go from the south side to the north side. All right, move the truck, have it ready to going for the double header.
go from Comiskey to Wrigley. I don't know what they're called that anymore. That's all I know.
They'll
Comiskey
probably
Park to
get
Wrigley.
it'll probably be a chartered bus. I say, all right, take your uniforms with you. You're gonna have to do this minor league baseball style.
You might want to fly because taking a bus through Chicago is
Yeah,
still going to be delayed. just
yeah,
imagine, just imagine. Okay, in the morning you're playing the White Sox, and then at 6 o'clock at night you're playing the Cubs.
yeah. I don't think they'll really do that, but yeah, that'd be funny if they were. For that to happen, that would have to be something like really in desperation.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But that's. I want to see if they change the scheduling, like you said, getting it out of the north at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Getting it in the south and in the west, where maybe it might rain, but not snow or something. I mean, you could play baseball in the snow; it's not hard to do.
yeah.
But it's colder than cold. You get hit by a pitch in that time of year, and you're gonna
Not
feel
gonna.
that.
Yeah, it's not gonna feel too good.
No, not at all. I've been hit in the wintertime, and that ain't fun.
Yeah,
All right, so let's talk about this interleague play a little bit here. So it says rather than 16 interleague games, teams
yeah,
will have 46 such games on the schedule.
yep.
Four against their now this is the new stuff. Four against their geographic rival. Now we didn't say geographic last time, but I just read it
No,
here.
yeah,
Four against their geographic rival, and three each against other 14 teams, alternating ballparks annually. So let's go back to their geographical rival.
okay.
Now, as I said at the beginning, like the Dodgers' rival has always been the Giants. Tigers usually like Minnesota or Chicago White Sox, something like that.
Yeah,
Now they're
this
taking interleague where now they want to make a rival. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing?
was yeah. Well, it depends what city. Some already been having it, like Angels, Dodgers. It's called the Freeway Series.
Right. But you only play each other, what, three?
Well, it was weird because some years now we're just playing each other 4 times, 2 and 2, but some years we were playing 3 and 3.
Now it's just going to be four total.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Right now, even this year, it's 4 total. We're playing the Angels twice, and the Dodgers playing the Angels twice.
Okay.
So we're only playing 4 this year with them.
But now this guy says geographic rival.
Yeah.
Are they talking now are they here's what's rolling in my head, MLB. So if you read the story at the beginning of this story right here, just okay, just to say this. Like this guy says, if you've never had the opportunity to watch, I can't pronounce his name, Otani, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Fernando Tatis Jr., play in person. Here you're going to see him now. Now, if they're trying to do this where everybody gets to see everybody and all this stuff, are they also going to want to try and change their rivals? And now this is way out on the limb, okay? Way out on the limb. But like you guys in the Angels are rivals?
Yeah.
From interleague play.
Yeah.
Are you going to say, well, they've been doing that? We need something new. You know what I'm saying? The Dod all
Yeah.
because here's my thinking. In the newspapers, now a Dodger fan doesn't go to the Angels game unless they're playing each other, and vice
Right.
versa, probably. But you
Yeah.
know about the Angels by reading about them in the paper. You keep your eye on them because they are a local team, so you hear about them,
Yeah.
right? So what if Major League Baseball says, well, it's like the Yankees and Mets or the Yankees and
Yeah.
Red Sox. They all know each other. They've been playing each other. They know each other. We read about them. We hear about them on the news.
Yeah.
It's already da da da. How about we stretch this thing out? How about the Yankees become rival with the Giants? The Giants used to
Yeah.
be New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just out
Yeah.
thinking outside the box, saying if they're trying to pick a rival for teams, maybe they're trying to pick a rival for teams that they haven't really had any rival with over the years
Mm.
and
Yeah.
start a rival. And this, because you think about Major League Baseball, they're trying new shit. Well, here's new stuff.
Yeah.
But geographically, that wouldn't work.
No. And even geographically, some of them, the what we can call sister rivals, don't work either. Maybe only
Right,
9 of the 15 games work geographically.
right.
You know.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
and you could have you guys become rivals with Seattle. They say,
yeah.
those guys haven't got nothing going. Let's get these guys rivaled up. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking outside the box to say this is all new, so we're going to do this all new. Um, Yankees, Mets, Boston, no good. Well, the Mets would be the only National League team over there.
Yeah.
Let's get the Yankees rivaled up against, Washington.
Yeah.
Something like that. Just and because I was thinking about this, they're doing all this new stuff. Why wouldn't they want to do that new? Hey, we're trying to start a rivalry, so let's go outside the box and start it.
Yeah. I think they're not for like the 9 of them. It's already set in stone in their heads. It's just what we do about the other 6 games, 6
Yeah.
matchups. That's the whole issue here. Because let's see, let's go the list here first.
You mean the
I made
well,
a
there's
list.
there's 10 teams. There's I think no 10 teams that we weren't sure of.
Yeah, so let's go with the obvious first. First is the one we just talked about, Dodgers Angels. We have the Freeway Series. So
Right,
there's one. That's easy. Here's this next easy in California, San Francisco, Oakland, Battle of the Bay. Easy.
right.
Next one is
If Oakland move. Does that
Yeah,
change anything if Oakland moves?
it might or it might not. I don't think Oakland's going to move just yet, but right now, when we get to that point, we'll find out.
Yeah,
Yankees, Mets.
I just
Yep, Yankee
I
Mets
just read
Subway
that
Series.
Oakland just got a big money to build a new stadium or something.
Yeah, I was supposed to be somewhere in San Jose at Silicon
Oh,
Valley at
Okay.
one point, but it never happened. Okay, so we got the Yankees Mets Subway Series. We
Right.
should get off the subway. St. Louis, KC. What is it? Rivalry of that freeway, 85 or something.
I-70. Yeah.
Yeah, I-70. We got the battle of North Side, South Side, Cubs and the White Sox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 6, definitely got the battle of Florida, Miami and Tampa Bay.
Right.
And next one, the other obvious one is the one in the Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati, Cleveland.
Right. Right.
So there's 7. The other one from our buddy Robert, Washington and Baltimore.
Right.
The next obvious one is Milwaukee and Minnesota. Since they're 2 states next to each other.
Correct.
So there's 9. Now this is where all the confusing crap happens.
So just mention the teams without partnering them up. Just mention what teams we have left that don't have a partner.
Okay, let's start with Atlanta. Who the
Right.
hell who can they partner up?
So that's what I mean. Let's just name them off: Atlanta,
Philadelphia,
Philadelphia,
San Diego,
San Diego,
Colorado, Pittsburgh, and Arizona on the National League side. So we have those 6.
okay,
The other 6 in the American League side: Toronto, Boston, Seattle, Texas, Detroit, and Houston.
okay. And they don't have anybody else in their state or not really close by to them. I mean,
Nope.
they do, but they're American League team or National League team and National League team.
Yeah.
And this is
Yo.
Interleague. So,
Yeah. Adrian, how's it going? We're talking
hey,
about
Adrian.
baseball. How to make crap work, just like you do in Western Australia and your Adelaides and your new thing. What is it? The Darwin.
Darwin effect? The Darwin
Yeah.
effect?
Yeah. There's actually not to sidetrack a little, but right now, Australia is kind of going through a thing with basketball. So they're
Okay.
trying to, just like it will even come up in our situation with Major League Baseball. They're trying to get maybe something going in Darwin, where it's more northern Australia with only 250,000 population, but they're trying to get the basketball thing going there too. So it's like the same case what we're dealing with in our content what we're talking about today.
So they're trying to get a team in Darwin or a whole league?
Just a team, but they're trying to expand the sport of basketball. So it's called, like we have our preseason spring training. They have a thing called the Blitz. So they're going to have a Blitz, and it's going to be preseason basketball, just like our spring training in baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So made that easy for the cheeseburger Aussie guy to understand what we're talking about.
The Aussies don't play baseball?
Oh, they do. They have a baseball league.
Oh, okay.
And even New Zealand, but I haven't followed it as much. So, but yeah, look, going back. So we got these 12 teams. I already figured out who they were because I remember the list we got from a secondary source.
Right.
But I even tried to piece it together myself.
Right. Yeah, we kind of hummed it down a little bit, but like I said, they have not given MLB has not given the information yet of who these teams will be teamed up with.
Yeah.
So we could be thinking Minnesota, Milwaukee when it's Minnesota and the White Sox and Milwaukee and the Cubs.
Yeah. Yeah, true, but I don't think they're going to separate the north and south side. It could be, but they're not going to separate.
You got to remember something too, King. This is only 4 games. They're only going to be playing each other 4 times. So why would they only want the Cubs and White Sox to play each other only 4 times? If they separate them, they're going to play 6 times or 7 times.
Yeah. Well, because of this. Here's a good thing about the 4 games, Scotty. They get to see them at home and away.
Well, they're going to see them at home and away with the other games too now. Remember? Yeah. All these are home and away games.
No. Actually, it's incorrect because think about it. Interleague, right? 46. 7 of the teams are going to come to your stadium. The other 7, we have to go away. Because if we're going to see them both, it's going to exceed the 162 games.
Oh,
we're going to rotate from 23 to 24. So if Yankees Boston comes to Dodger Stadium next year, Dodgers are going to go see Yankees and the Red Sox over there.
No. The league play is back-to-back home and away.
Yes.
It's interleague play that's annual.
Yes. Oh, hi, Jamie. Welcome to stream.
Hey, Jamie. So the interleague play is 4 against a geographical rival, 3 against the other 14 interleague teams. Alternating ballparks annually, which is every year. So they're going to play a 4-game set once. That's it.
Yeah. 4-game set?
It says here
Okay,
4 against their geographical rival, and it
that's
says they're
yeah.
going to alternate ballparks once a year.
For okay, what they mean by alternating ballparks is for the other 14 teams. It's not for our geographical rival.
Says so. I'll read it to you this way he wrote it. Okay, 4 against their geographical rival, 3 against the other 14 teams, alternating ballparks annually. So 4 games against White Sox and Cubs will be 4 games. Against the other
Yeah,
14 teams, it'll be 3 games, and that's it. They're done for the year with each other.
yeah, but 2 and 2, it won't
No,
mathematically make sense.
no,
I already did
it's
the
4.
math. Yes, it's going to be 2 and 2. The Angels,
No,
we're going to
no,
go to. No,
no.
I did the math. It's impossible. If we're going to go 4 times to Anaheim, it's impossible. It won't come out to 81. It'll come out to 83 and 79. So we're going to play an
It's the same amount
unbalanced.
of games. It's the same amount of games.
Yeah, but we
It'll still
still
be
want to. It's still got to be 81 and 81.
Well, it
That's not.
doesn't say here. Here's what it says: alternating ballparks annually, and that's for both of them.
And there's a misnomer there. It's alternating for the other 14 teams. That's what I think it meant to say. Because I did a little mocking on my list here. It's impossible. It has to be 2 and 2. It's impossible. Because what I did is this. We're playing 46 games correct for Interleague, right, Scotty?
Right?
Okay.
Is that me or is that you? Let me get rid of my background.
I don't know.
Okay, now you're coming in.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's really impossible. So what I did is this. On my list, this is what I did as a mock. So say next year, all the AL East teams will come to Dodger Stadium, right? So that's 15 games. Am I correct?
All the AL East teams
will come to Dodger Stadium next year. That's 15 games, correct?
Well, all the teams will come to your stadium. So let's start with your division, okay? Let's start with your division. How many home games are you going to have in your division?
We're going to have 28.
Okay.
7 times 4.
Okay. So then you have 16 interleague game. Well, 46 games from interleague play. So you need to split those into 23, which is 71.
Actually, we 46 total interleague.
51.
51?
You just told me you're going to have 28 home games against your division.
Yes, 28 times 2 would be 56. So we're playing a total of 56 games.
No, I'm just talking about your home games.
What? So Arizona, San Francisco, San Diego, and Colorado, right?
No, everybody. Everybody. It says here in your division. Yeah, who's ever in your division, you're going to have 28 games at home, right?
Yeah.
28 games at home, 28 games on the road. So we got 28. So now in interleague play, you're going to play 46.
Yeah.
Okay, 23 at home, 23 on the road.
Let's see. Hold up. So 5, 8. It'll be actually, 23, correct.
That's only 51.
No, 23 plus 23 is 46.
I'm talking at home.
Okay, at home, you're going to have 7 times 3 is 21, right?
That's what I said, yeah. No, 23. You got 46 games.
I know. I'm not done with the mathematical equation.
Okay.
So we're 7 American. So I'm going to go from me being a Dodger. So there'll be 7 American League teams coming for a 3-game series, correct? I'm not talking about our our natural.
You're talking interleague play then.
Yes, interleague play. 7 teams are going to come to Dodger Stadium. 7 times 3, 21. Now, let's now add our.
Why only 7? Why are only 7 interleague? Why are you only having 7 interleague games at home?
Okay, we're having 21 interleague games plus 2 with the Angels is 23.
Well, that's what I just said. 23.
Yes. So we're not. So you said earlier that we're our natural.
28 on the division, and 23
yes,
on the interleague.
Yes, 51, and then 30 for the others. 81.
What others?
Within our leagues.
Oh, the other 10 teams. So the other 10 teams are going to 3 games each. So there's your 81. That's what I just said.
Yeah. See, but you confused me about like our interleague natural rival. You said all 4. We're going to go all 4 to the Yankees are going to go to.
You are.
No, that's impossible.
Yes. No, it says right here 4 against a geographic rival and 3 each against the other 14 teams.
Yes.
Alternating ballparks annually, which is every year, right?
Yes, but with our natural rival, we're not alternating. It's going to be 2 and 2. Because then, if we play all 4, that's going to be 83 games for one team.
Okay, so 4 against their geographical rival. That's one team, right?
Yes, it has to be split. There's no way because it's going to uneven the home games and away games. It's impossible.
So 14 teams. You're going to play 3 games each. How can you play that home and home? How can you play that home and away? 3 games.
You can't. So listen again. Let's stick with interleague and don't go outside of interleague. Let me give you my.
Let me add this up real quick. So 3 times 14 is 42. So they're playing a 4-game set. That's it.
Yes, for the natural rival. So let me.
So they're going to split that up 2-2?
Yes, because then they'll come out to 81-81. It's impossible. Because I did the mathematical schedule here.
So 3, but the 3 games is what's confusing me. You can't go 2-1.
No, it's not. They're gonna those 7 other teams. So listen to my scenario. Let me finish the scenario, and then you'll understand. So let's start with the AL East. I say the AL East is coming to Dodger Stadium. Yankees, Boston, Toronto, Baltimore, Tampa Bay. So that's 15 games already right off the bat, just in the AL East. Okay?
All right.
Now, let's go to the AL Central. So I'm going to say all of you guys are coming to Dodger Stadium again. Tigers, White Sox, Royals, Minnesota, Cleveland. So that's another 15. So between those 2, we have a total of 30 games right now, right? We're not 30.
Right.
Okay, now let's go to the AL West. Oakland and Texas will come to Dodger Stadium. 6, right? 36. Then Dodgers go to Houston and Seattle. That's 6, right? So that is,
Who's the
30.
5th team? You're missing one team.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Our 5th team is our natural rival, the Angels. 2 and 2. And it adds up to 40.
So 36 home games out of the 48. Oh, no, 36. You're going to have 38 home games out of the 46.
No, 23 home games.
Yeah.
So it has to be.
You just said 12 teams. You just said 12 teams are going to come to your place.
No,
so that's
only
36.
7.
No, you just named off 12.
Okay.
You said the East and the Central, and then 2 teams from the West.
And we're going to go away 2 teams. So they'll say Oakland and Texas is coming to Dodger Stadium.
That's what I just said. So that's 12 teams.
Okay, I wasn't finished. And we go away to Seattle and Houston. Another
Right.
6 games. Well,
Right.
now we're at 42. And add the Angels to the mix. 2 and 2, 46, 23 away games, 23 home games. Done.
Did you say? Let me ask you, because maybe I misheard you. Did you say the American East was coming to Dodger
Yeah.
Stadium, and you
Yes.
said Central was coming to Dodger Stadium?
No, we're going.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you then. That's
Yeah,
right. I thought you said, oh,
oh, I'm
okay.
sorry. I probably misspoke. Yes. AL Central, we're on the road. So,
I got you.
yeah. So that's 15 and 15.
Okay. That's what threw me off, because I was like, there's 12 teams you just mentioned coming out. So,
Yeah.
okay.
And then the remaining 5 teams, 4 of them, 2 of them we get them at Dodger Stadium, 2 of them go away, and then our natural rivals, the Angels, 2 and 2.
Right. And then the 3 games will be a 3-day alternative every year, alternating every year instead of.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because the way he wrote it, both of them were annually or something.
Yes, that's they misworded something again.
Yeah.
So that solves all of our issues. Hey, Robert, welcome.
Hey, Robert, you missed it. I was saying that the Mets are going to team up with the Oakland A's.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these teams, we have no idea what MLB is going to do. This is
Nope.
only on our part. We're guessing and throwing it out in the wind. But I think King is pretty much spot on. He knows his shit, and he remembers his stuff. So he. But let me just to show you the increase on what they're doing here. This guy wrote, and I don't know if he's off or not, since he's off on a couple things, but it says, as a result of the adjusted schedule, teams within the same division will have 91% of their games in common, an increase from 84% under the old schedule. Schedules among teams in the same league will feature 76% of common opponents, up from 52% in unbalanced schedule. With 3 wildcard spots up for grab in the new 12-team expanded postseason, balancing the schedule presents a more level playing field among postseason. I like that.
Yeah.
But he also says the new schedule will not only allow for more parity, but also will help balance the home-away schedules within division series, which saw one team host 10 games and the other 9 under the unbalanced schedule.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Teams will now host the same amount of games with the same teams. There'll be no, hey, that guy got to go to Florida 10 times. We didn't get to go but once. So
yeah, no, that 19 game annoyed the living crap out of me.
Robert said the things that keep you up at night, King.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know why it annoyed the living crap out of me? I didn't want the Dodgers going to San Francisco 10 times. And plus, I was a season ticket holder, so that took revenue away from me to make that extra money when I sell the tickets. That would piss me off because I was like, damn it, that's one game where I could sell for extra amount of money.
And so you guys will be playing the Giants?
Yep, so at least now it's balanced, 7-7. Only problem is if they both have a 7-7 record, then other mathematical equations are going to come into play.
You're talking about, well, not the Giants. You're talking about
well,
the Giants. You don't play 7 times.
No, 14, but it'll be 7-7.
Oh, okay.
We'll play them 14 times this time. Only thing is, if we have a 7-7 record that year, it could come into play for seeding.
Right.
But I still like how baseball does it. If we are tied in the division and we're both 7-7, I think we're going to be playing another game to decide it.
Well, I still like what we talked about at the beginning. The 7 games that you're going to play. Was it against the rival? What were we talking about? The 2-2-3?
Yeah.
The 7 games, and King thought of this, is that it would be more than likely it'd be like either a 2-3-2 or a 2-2-3. I think it'll be a 2-game in April. I think it'll be a 2-game in probably sometime in July or August, and then it'll be a 3-game at the end of September because they still like to play. I know at least the last few years they've been wanting you to play within your division towards the end of the year. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're going to save all those 3 games for that.
Yeah.
That's just that's my opinion. That's what I think because I think you don't want to give them another 2 in September when they're coming down the stretch, and you guys are tied for first place or not first place, but you guys are battling trying to get in win your division. They're trying to win their division, and you come down to 2. But I think you could throw that in the middle of that scenario and put those 3 games in there.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert, some might be 4. It just depends how they schedule everything.
I don't see where you're going to get 4 out of that because if they schedule 4, Robert, this year, I know this year is a calamity because of the strike, but I think it taught them something. Man, if you schedule 4-game sets and you start getting if somebody's playing in Detroit in April when it's raining and snowing, that's a lot of games you got to make up.
Yeah. Hey, AD, what's going on? Look who's here.
Hey, shout out to King Lee. It's got to be. What's up, AD?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot of, in September, we'll get the schedule, like mid-September. So we're about 2.5 months away from the release.
If they get it out by then. This just came out. This has got to be a headache right now.
I don't think it'll be that much of a headache. They'll just have to know all the venues. Because remember, baseball's going to take precedence first, especially, and then the other events can happen when they're on the road.
Well, but like I said, we don't know. Oh, well, we didn't even cover those teams though, King. Who do we think is the bedfellows for those 12 teams?
Okay, so this is what I got. Let's start with Atlanta.
Atlanta Braves.
Yep, they played Toronto in the past, so they might link Toronto and Atlanta together, unfortunately, even if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because Atlanta's kind of in the middle of nothing, and so is Toronto. I mean, they would be our bedfellows because we're across the river from them, but we're both in the American League.
Yeah.
Now, they move people around. Just to make rivals.
Yeah. This one's easy. I think we already talked about this. Philadelphia and Boston, they're kind of next to each other.
Yeah. I think that's a no-brainer for what's left on there.
Yeah. San Diego will probably be Seattle. They've done that in the past.
Right. Both West Coast.
West Coast. That makes sense. Let's see. Colorado will either have Texas or Houston.
Yeah, for me, I think it would be Houston. I don't remember what they had, but I would say the reason why I say Houston is because you also got to look at where Diamondbacks need a partner. Well, if the Diamondbacks, Texas is in Arlington outside of Dallas, which is closer to Arizona.
And that comes to Arizona, so Arizona will probably match up with Texas.
Yeah.
And I think the last one is figuring out your Tigers. Your closest team is Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they've done that in the past.
We got history with Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Jim Leyland.
Yeah. So that would work right there.
Yeah. So, Boston's at probably be with Philly as far as, what do they call it?
Rival. Plus they have a hockey rival there too. So.
Yeah. Toronto will probably be with Atlanta. That's all we can pin together right there because they're both in the middle of. You go directly south. Tigers in Pittsburgh. Houston probably with Colorado. No guarantee on that. And Texas with the Diamondbacks. And San Diego with Seattle. You call that the I-5 series right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see. So, yeah, that's what I think's going to happen based on what happened in the past.
Right. So, everybody out there that's a baseball fan, if you haven't read this yet, you need to read it and link up to it and check it out because I think some people are going to get pissed off as usual.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think, it makes a lot of sense. But we can also look farther down the road a year or two and say, expansion.
Yeah.
Expansion.
I've been hearing, yep. And where's the two teams? I've been seeing posts on that now recently after we talked about it. Yeah.
I just saw today they were talking about, was it Manfred was talking, they said years ago how he liked the Montreal Expos and would like to see another team in Montreal. Well, then that would team up Toronto and Montreal. And then he was talking about
Las Vegas.
Whether Oakland goes there or not, we don't know yet. But if Oakland doesn't go there, now you got Vegas. So Montreal's going to be in the National League. Vegas is going to be in the American League, which means Vegas and Atlanta, Toronto and Montreal.
Yeah. Or Vegas might have, something. Or it could be Vegas and Arizona.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be because then Texas would go over and play Atlanta.
Yeah. So.
But that's down the road things. I don't know if they're going to expand within the next 2 years.
And do you go with 4 divisions now?
You're going to have what, 17? There's 17 teams in each?
Nope. There'll be 32 teams, 16 in each league. So do you go just like the NFL, 4, 4, 4, and 4, NL West, NL Central, NL South, NL East?
Well, because the problem you could. I mean, I don't think it would kill anything to have 4 divisions. Does that take away from the wild card though? We have how many wild cards now?
3. So it'll just be same amount of teams, 4 division winners, 2 wild cards.
No, we have 3 right now. So you'd cut back on the wild card.
Yeah, well, it'll be. But if we have 32 teams, 4 division winners, 2 wild card. If we have 32 teams.
Or do you stay with the 3 wild cards and the team with the best record gets a bye?
Yeah, just like the NFL.
Right.
But the question is, you have enough time to do that?
Or do you up the ante to 4 wild card teams?
Yeah. Or just make it 8 teams.
Yeah.
And 3-game series. The top 4 division teams host, and they got it's 2 out of 3 at those host places. But it could. It's a good.
If you go 8-8, you got 2 divisions, right?
Well, we don't know if we're still going. If we're talking about,
if we do go to 8-8, we only have 2 divisions. So now you're gonna have 2 division winners. What are you gonna do? 3 wild cards or 2 or 4?
Yeah.
Because they want more teams in the playoffs.
Right. So
I don't think they're going to take away a wild card. If anything, they'll add to it.
Yeah. Well, it's best to maybe add it up to 8, but then the only problem is you could lose in a 3-game series. Like if the Dodgers lose in a 3-game series, that's going to hurt MLB.
Well, if you go 8-8, so you got 2 divisions, 8-8. If you take the top 3 teams from each, or you got first place and then 2 wild cards. That's only 3 teams out of the 8. That's not bad. You still got 5 that are not in the playoffs, or 10 that's not in the playoffs.
Okay, so you have 6
that's
teams.
Not bad. Well, you're gonna have, out of 16, you're gonna have 6 teams, division winner and 2 wild cards from each division.
Yeah,
because they're not gonna cut back now on the wild card.
No, but we don't know if they're going to go down. We don't really know if they just talked about it. We don't know if we're going to go to only 2 divisions. We don't know that answer yet.
Right. And if they go to 4 divisions, now you got 4 division winners, 3 wild cards, You're going to have a bye, or you're going to have to add another wild card.
Yeah, or just go 8 teams in each league. Only problem is the only reason I don't like that is you're the teams that the networks like to see, like the Yankees or Red Sox, get eliminated. That's gonna hurt MLB, but oh well.
I don't think that hurts. I think that helps. I mean, because then
Well,
you get a Cinderella story going. You get
yeah.
let's say the Red Sox, lose to like the Tigers or somebody that hasn't been winning, and then
Okay.
one year the Tigers come in, beat the Red Sox. Now you got a
Well,
Cinderella story.
yeah. Well, Tigers is a storied franchise where the ratings will still be good, but if it's like Tampa Bay or Arizona,
Well,
MLB's not gonna like that. But it is what it is.
it is. I mean, if you don't want that team in the playoffs, don't let them have a team.
Yeah. Or we could do
We,
how
we need we need less games, Robert. You need more time off to go Thailand.
do you here? I'm going to throw this scenario. You know how KBO does it here in Korea?
Uh,
So we have 10 teams. 5 teams go to the 5 teams go to playoffs.
okay.
So this is what happens. 5 plays 4. 4th seed team is up 1-0 against the 5th seed. So they're already given a game. So the 5th seed needs to win 2 straight.
No kid.
Winner of that plays the 3rd seed. So everyone's playing a waiting game. So now the 3rd seed is best. Right now they're going to have only 2 out of 3. So you do 2 out of 3 of the 5th or say the 4th seed one. Then the 3rd or 4th seed winner plays a 2nd seed 3 out of 5. Winner of that plays a 4 out of 7 against the 1 seed. So if you win your division here in Korea, you're sitting for a whole month waiting.
And you know what the problem is? That team is sitting there waiting for a whole month. And you think taking a pitcher out is saving his arm after 5 or 6 innings? Let him sit around for a month and let me see how his arm is. It ain't gonna
Yeah.
be worth shit. I'd like
Yeah.
to see what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only good thing about it is like if you have injuries, that's the best thing for a 1 seed. But yes, I get what you're saying. Of course, lately the past, I don't know, 5 seasons, the 1 seed has won the Korean series.
Well, they find ways to stay in shape. I mean, they play
Yeah.
against each other. Probably fine. I don't know if they can allowed to go out and play against a high school team to get some practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That man.
No, we're not playing I think, Robert, actually, you guys are already playing 200 games if you include spring training.
Spring training and playoffs. What about playoffs?
Yeah. So you're playing like almost 30 games in spring training, even if it's 1 inning here and 2 innings there for a pitcher.
We're talking playoffs, Robert. Playoffs.
Yeah.
How much money
Playoffs.
you need? What do you got? Your girlfriend over there in Thailand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that comes down to, like I said, they're not. I know from the way they're doing it, they're not going to take away a wild card spot anymore. They have 3 wild cards, right?
Yeah.
If we add on 2 teams, they're either going to add on a wild. They go to 4 divisions. They're either going to add on a wild card or they're going to give a bye to the number 1 team. They're not going to take something away. I don't believe that the players will let that happen now. Now that they got the extra wild card, and the same if they go to 2 divisions, you got 8 and 8. They're going to add to it. They're not going to subtract. I know baseball players fight for that stuff. When they get it, they ain't giving it back. So
yeah, that's
if
bonus
anything,
money.
If anything, they're going to want an added wild card team.
Yeah.
And when I read that about Montreal wasn't that they were always had a bad team. They had some very good teams up there. Andre Dawson, the Expos had some great pitching staffs up there and stuff.
Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, Bill Stoneman.
Tim Wallach.
Yeah. And so, it's a big city, but nobody went to the games.
Yeah, it
That
was
was
so
the problem. It
empty.
wasn't that they had bad teams. It's not like
Yeah.
Oakland, where Oakland's been bad for so many years now, and nobody started going. It's
Actually, Oakland's been successful. They just have no support. No one wants to go watch them in the East Bay. Plus, it's dangerous to even go to a game sometimes there.
yeah, I heard that. But I'm
How
just
about?
saying, is Montreal had some good years.
Yeah,
Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up to help pay the bills. So
yeah.
they pulled out of there. They didn't want to build a new stadium because that that's for a different show. But so I don't know if I would build another one. Let them have a team again. I just don't know.
Yeah,
You
and if
know.
it's not Montreal, the teams in the South need a baseball team too.
Well, where else can you put a team though in the United States?
There's Louisiana, New Orleans. There's one.
Well, maybe. I don't think there's much baseball down there though.
Yeah. Hey, Theo, and what
How
about
about Alabama?
Carolina?
Alabama might need a baseball team.
Yeah,
Get
I don't think
Gomer
North.
will manage them.
Jeez, I was thinking Carolina.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, I think they like baseball there.
Yeah,
Or
that's a
the
good
other
idea
part
there.
is Nashville, Tennessee.
They're talk of that because there was rumors in the papers this year that the Orioles were moving to Nashville. It was just a
Oh,
rumor I heard
yeah,
in the papers. Did you see that? Yeah, somebody started the rumor that the Orioles were moving to
yeah,
Nashville. Robert
yeah.
was so excited.
I just don't see them moving.
Hey, Theo.
That's a historic team.
Hey, the Colts left.
Yeah,
What a historic franchise, the Baltimore Colts. You know,
and the Cleveland Browns and
yeah, and about that is crazy scenario.
you
Who's got the history over
are
there? Indianapolis, Cleveland,
yeah.
Baltimore.
No, Orlando. You already have two baseball teams in Florida. You don't need any more.
Yeah, Orlando don't need a team, Robert.
They got Disney World,
Then
and they
you'd
got
be
the
working down there and
yeah,
you'd be living in luxury down there.
yeah, and you got the Orlando Magic. Hasn't been anything since Shaquille O'Neal left,
They could put one in Daytona
or
Beach.
yeah, or since Dwight Howard was no good.
Build a baseball stadium inside the NASCAR over there,
Yeah,
Daytona.
that that'd be
Alabama's got
crazy.
some places to build some stadiums too. I
Yeah,
don't know how much of a following they would get in Alabama.
yeah, yeah. I
I
just
don't
think
know if it's you
college
freezing
football,
up or me.
huh?
Well, that's the thing, and that's the same with Mississippi. Their football.
Yeah, the college
How about
football
a third team?
is king.
How about a third team in Texas?
Where would you put it?
Texas big enough there, down here by San Antonio.
Uh, I don't know. High school football dominates that already.
San Antonio. Well, high school football dominates the whole state of Texas.
Yeah,
It really does.
yeah.
Uh,
The only
how about,
exception is the Dallas Cowboys.
how about Oregon?
In Portland, oh, I don't want it in Portland. Ugh.
Robert can go work in Oregon.
He's gonna have so much fun in Portland, isn't he?
Gonna have to carry down over there. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying is like, well, you can put one in Wyoming. How
yeah,
about Montana?
yeah.
There's
Weather.
no weather, and there's really no big city there. I mean, there's big city, but not like you have like Atlanta or anything. So
Yeah,
Robert said he'll trade you Disney World for a Major League Baseball team in Orlando. Nobody
especially
wants
now.
nobody wants Disney World.
Yeah, nobody wants it. It's a hard bargain.
Not even over in Germany do they want Disney World.
Yeah, they
But
told
yeah,
Walmart to go to hell.
but still, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd put another team in Montreal. I just don't.
I would prefer Nashville.
You ever been to Nashville?
Nope, I would like to drop in there, but
Yeah, I would drop in and drop out of there as fast as you possibly can.
yeah, it's not the same old. Yeah, but
It's the problem with Nashville. It's a small town,
yeah,
built like a big town. Everything is so you got a little area like this. You know how like L.A. is like this, right?
yeah,
Nashville's about like this,
yeah,
and it's treated like a big city, but it's
right.
so congested in that spot. I was talking to a guy when I delivered down there. Him and his wife live about 15 minutes outside of town. Takes 15
Yeah,
minutes to get to work, except
yeah.
for it takes an hour and a half to get to work, an hour and a half to get home.
Jeez. And but they got two sports there that are doing pretty good: the Predators and the Texans. I
Yeah,
mean, the Titans.
Titans. Yeah, Titans used to be the
So
Oilers, and
yeah,
the thing is too, they're building a new stadium for the Titans,
yeah. So
and
it would actually,
maybe
it
there's
would,
a room for a baseball team there.
if it's an opportunity, they'll make room there in Nashville.
They're going to get a basketball team next,
Yeah,
you know.
if
But there's enough money there, that's for sure. Whether
yeah,
they support, that's the problem with baseball, you know. Football can live on a half-filled stadium.
yeah,
They really can because they only play 1 day a week. You got the TV contracts, the radio contracts. Baseball's an everyday thing, man. If you're not bringing in people, and they know certain times of the year when they're not going to get people, but
yeah,
baseball needs more people in the stands than football does. But football draws it because it's only 1 day a week anyway, so
yeah.
it always draws it. Baseball is so hard to draw people because it's every day. They
And
come
stop.
home. They come home for a 7 game series.
Yeah,
You're gonna take your kid all 7 games to a ball game.
yeah, yeah.
It's
And stop.
150, $200.
Yeah, stop charging like it's a NFL and NBA arena.
Well, that's the thing about it. They need to start charging that. Hey, you know, we're an everyday sport. We're not a football sport where you come once a day. You're probably, the tickets are cheap. I mean, the bleacher tickets are still reasonably priced,
Yeah.
but the food and everything, like you said, you take your kid there 7 days, you're going to be broke. That's
So
probably a
you
year's
bring
paycheck right there.
Yeah, so you bring your own food in. They allow you to do that at least in
I
baseball.
didn't know they did that. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I always brought my own food in.
I don't think they do at Tiger Stadium.
Really?
I don't think so. Maybe. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, because baseball allows a little bit more because of the prices and stuff.
But, yeah, it's going to be tough if they expand 2 more teams. How about Buffalo
For weather wise,
for baseball? They built a roof on it.
yeah, they better if they're gonna have it. But
They got hockey, football.
yeah, yeah, but you already got New York Mets and Yankees. That's
They're in New
too
York.
much.
Buffalo is, I'm telling you, it's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
like a
know.
15-hour drive.
Right, but still,
And it's close to Canada where they get Canadian people in. So it'd be kind of like a win-win for them. I mean, so
yeah.
that might be something they look at, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you got it right on the nose what teams are mashed up with which. But it's gonna be interesting to watch and see what
Yeah.
Major League Baseball comes out with. I'm sure they already got it set up. I'm sure they've already got everything
Yeah.
figured in. I can't see them anymore doing 4 game series. I know Robert mentioned it, but I just don't see it because of the fact they're learning this year with the and I know we had the pandemic or the strike that they started off late, but
Yeah.
even not starting off late, you got a 4 game set in April. Let's say they get snowed out, rained out because it's raining all the time. You got 2 or 3 games you got to make up. That's a lot to make up. Out of,
Yeah.
if you're only playing a 2 or 3 game set, you're only going to get rained out maybe once or twice.
Yeah. And of course, with the 2-game set, sometimes if one rains out, you can still do the doubleheader the next day.
Right. Yeah. The 4-game set, I guess you could probably do that if you get rained out twice, but
Yeah.
I think they're learning to go shorter than longer on the sets, but
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you remember, I don't know, back in 92, the Dodgers, they already had an originally a 12-game homestand, but it turned into a almost 18 to 22-game homestand. You know why?
Earthquake?
Nope. The LA riots.
Oh yeah, okay.
They shut down their season for a week and a half. So, and those were Dodger home games. So there was like out of the 12 nights, like 5 of them were double headers.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So it was like a 22-game homestand.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't, you could still do an 8-game homestand, 9-game homestand, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
go more than 3 games with one team.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to make them up now a little
Yeah.
bit easier, but still, a 4-game homestand is.
Yeah.
Robert says a baseball team in Buffalo would do good.
Yeah.
I think it would do all right because it's going to have Canadians coming across the border to it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who used to be a schedulers? It used to be this couple.
Yeah, I know. I read about that.
Yeah.
That is wild.
They did it on a paper and pen.
Yes, every year.
Yeah.
That was wild. When I read that story, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I wonder how much they paid them. You think they got paid much?
They got paid a decent, but not as much as the person probably doing it now.
Well, a computer's doing it now, I thought.
Yeah, but they might pay that guy a little bit more because of inflation.
Well,
and I got the degree in pedigree, so you better pay me 6 figures for this.
And I think, what was it, just a couple of years ago is when they stopped using the husband and wife team to do it.
Yeah. It? Yeah, it's some...
When the pandemic, it kind of went crazy.
It's like that Jonah Hill character, Paul DePodesta in Moneyball. It's one of those guys now.
Well, Robert says he guarantees that the 4 games are here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But where are you going to put the 4 games? You got teams playing 3-game series on this schedule?
Sometimes you might have to do a 4-game set. It just depends. Like maybe they won't do the 4-game set with the Giants, Dodgers, Yankees, Boston, unless if it works out that way. It just depends how it works out.
So, Robert, you don't think so? Me and King were talking at the beginning of the show. This 14 times each season that they play their division opponents, 7 at home, 7 and away. Me and King were talking, and King thought maybe it'd be 2-3-2, 2 games, 3 games, 2 games.
It might, yeah. It might
if they
be.
go with a 4-game set, they're only going to play each other twice a year.
Well, it might happen that way. It just depends how everything aligns.
Well,
when
the
you're
thing
doing
is,
the
okay,
schedule.
they're talking, wouldn't you like to see this and this? I'd like to see my division guys more than I want to see outside division, right? So
True.
If you go 4-3, I got a division team coming to my stadium twice a year. If you go 2-2-3, they're coming 3 times a year.
Yes, but remember, even if you do 4-3, right?
Right.
That's 4 trips no matter what, because you might still see Arizona once in April. Then you might see Arizona on the road in June. Then you might see Arizona again in August. Then you might finish on the road with Arizona. So
I'm just talking about at your home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4-3, they're only going to come twice. If they go 2-2-3, you know what happens after April? They find out, okay, our team is not too good, or we got injuries. We're bringing up rookies. And when you bring up rookies like Riley Green and stuff, the Tigers brought up, people want to see him. Well, if Tigers already been there, did their 4-game set, they're not coming back to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go 2-2-3, okay, they're coming back in a couple months. We get to see Riley Green. Not only get to see him in that tube, but they're coming back again and it's just in your mind it's different. Even though it's still only 7 games, they're coming 3 different times. They're going to have they're and the teams that are below the Mendoza, below the 500, they're going to be rotating guys in and out from their minor league system. They're going to be trading guys. They're going to look different every time they come, and there might be rookies that they bring up that everybody wants to see.
Yeah, I get that, but sometimes they might have to do some 4-game series. It just depends how everything works out with the venues and everything.
Robert says it's about logistics equal travel.
Yeah, that's all it is. So sometimes you might have to just say, okay, Dodgers, you're going to see Arizona twice, beginning and at the end, or in the middle. So,
I guess if it's going to be like that, it's going to be Dodgers. You're going to see the East Coast at the beginning. You're going to see the East Coast at the end.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
4-3. I mean, well, that ain't the 4-3 though. That's division.
Yeah. Because some you might have to have a 4-game set. So we could actually, there's 8 possibilities for a 4-game set if that's the direction they want to go, or split it up 2-2.
Well, you think about this: if they add 2 teams, let's say they expand 2 teams, this is going to lower the number of times you're going to see that team.
Yeah.
So if you're playing San Francisco 7 times, next year when they expand to 2 teams, you might only see them 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I actually did the math on that, but I threw the piece of paper away. It was giving me a headache, so I threw it in the trash.
So that's what that'll do. And is that good? Is that bad? Because I still think, I mean, like they said here, interleague play it's going to have 46 games of interleague play, right? And this year they were at, I can't find it. Do you remember?
Yeah, 46 games.
But I'm talking about this year. How many are they playing?
This year's only like 16.
Yeah, something like that. I can't find it. But so I'd rather up the division and lower the interleague. But I know they're not going to do that.
No, baseball's not going to do that.
No. Because once they get something, they hang on to it. Either side.
Yeah. Actually, I just figured out the equation. If we add the 2 teams, and then we go to four divisions.
All right.
So
and that's the other thing. So now, not only are you now you're dropping your divisions from 5 to 4.
Yep. So you still can play 14 games with the other 3. So I think I kicked out Colorado out of the NL West. It's Arizona, San Diego Dodgers, and then what is it? Las Vegas. If I was to put them in the National League.
So you'd have like Colorado with maybe Texas, Houston, and Atlanta.
Yeah, the South. And actually, so if you play 6 games in the other 3 divisions in your league, 24, 24, 24, so that'll come out to 72. You play 14, 14, 14, that'll come out to 42. And then you have 16 other teams, but the only problem is you're going to have to alternate. And your natural rival, there is no 2-2 with your natural rival anymore. You're going to either go 3 games away one year or 3 games at home the other year.
No.
And it comes out to 162 games, but it still gave me a headache.
No, Robert said he wants to go 200.
Well, I know what Robert wants is not something he might get.
Yeah, he's not getting all that paycheck.
Yeah, but it comes out Yeah. But I did the math. It comes out to 162 games.
Wow.
Yeah. We still can play 14, but yeah.
They just did completely opposite.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
hmm
Robert said they just did completely opposite.
Yeah, I've seen this comment.
Of what? Opposite of what? What you just said?
Probably if I was to, yeah.
On the extra two teams?
Yeah. Because then, but I'm basing it on there'll be 4 divisions, 4 teams in it. It's like the NFL.
Right.
And when I do the math, we still play 14 games within our division, which is down to 4 teams. So 3 other
Well,
teams,
okay, what happens if they just go 8-8?
8-8.
Yeah, if they
Well,
instead of going four divisions, they just go two divisions, 8-8.
oh, that's going to cause a serious cluster F. I think I did try that and I couldn't come out with anything. I was losing my mind.
Because it sounds like
But
that's what Robert's saying. Is that's what they're leaning towards?
yeah, because then if you're going 3 times 16, that'd be 48. Yeah. And then 6 times 8 will be another 48. That's 96. And then the remaining 8, which is 7 times what? 10 or 12? Or can you do 14 times
56.
7? 98. No, that would not work. You can't do 14 games within your division. It's impossible. Let's see, 12, 14, 7, 84, and 92. No, 96. That's still impossible because that means you only have to figure out how to fit 66 games in the 18 division. 9 would be 63. No, that would cluster everything up.
Or you'd
That
have to
wouldn't
raise.
work.
You'd have to raise that amount. You'd absolutely have to raise that
Yeah.
amount.
The best way is to go 4 divisions, and the mathematics comes out to 162. It would work out evenly.
It would work out with the 8-8, but they would have to change the amount of times you play your division.
Yeah.
You said let's interleague. They just added more interleague.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just can't. Yeah. So
It's like the
yeah,
NFL for quite a while there. It was almost like they were playing outside their division more than they were playing inside their division.
yeah. It's gonna become. They have to do 4 divisions if they want everything to balance out. And your natural rivals, you're no longer doing 2-2 if you add those 2 expansion teams. Just so the Dodgers are gonna play the Angels either in Anaheim one year, and the next year the Angels are coming to Dodger Stadium if we have those expansion teams.
I just like how they call it your natural rival.
Yeah.
Naturally, by the MLB standards.
Yeah. But then you're going to destroy that a little bit if you add 2 more teams. Because now you got to figure out who the other partners are. It's going to cause a cluster F for natural rivals now.
Well, and if you go to 8-8, like I said, you'd have to add more games to your division, of course, just to make it work, to make it for you to get to 162. You'd have to add more games in your division. The most important part of the equation you're forgetting is the off days. Who needs off days? No, Robert needs to work 7 days a week, 200 a year, 7 days a week.
Yeah, but MLB every month they have 2 days off, 2 or 3 days off every month.
Every month?
Yeah, if you look on your schedule, they'll have either a Monday or Thursday off. Because sometimes you
mean every week?
Yeah, it's usually 2 or 3 days off because sometimes
you said every month. You mean every week?
No, every month there's like 2 or 3 days off in that whole month.
Oh, you mean where
It
there's no games at all?
Yeah, because you just went on a 9-game Eastern road trip. You need a day to travel your ass back to the West.
I think I'm misunderstanding again. So you said every month there's 2 or 3 days where there's no baseball at all? Nothing?
No, it's for the teams. So like the Dodgers might have played a 9-game road trip, right? So it finally reaches that, and that day off is Thursday. So they can use a day to travel back home to Dodger Stadium. So if you look at your Tiger schedule, it's not it's the day off for the team, not the league. That's what Robert's talking about.
Well, I guess what I was going to say is they each get at least one day off a week.
Sometimes that's true, and sometimes that's not true. Because right now the Dodgers, they've been going because that day off makes a difference.
This year is different. This year, I'll grant that is different because me and Robert were talking about that. I think Baltimore is in September when they go like 28 days straight or something like that. Huge number. But most of the time, your baseball teams are getting 1 to 2 days off a week. Tigers' normal day off is Monday. And
is that always true, or is this based on how everything works out?
It's not always true, but that is their normal day off.
Okay.
During normal weeks.
Let me see. Okay. So I'm going to look at the schedule grid for the Dodgers.
After the All-Star game, they play San Diego on Monday. And then they get a day off. They get the following Monday off. So the All-Star game, it's hard for July because of the All-Star game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's going to be a couple days off there. Yeah, show me the grid.
Tigers' normal day off is Monday.
Yeah.
So they're playing July 4th. And the reason why is here's what's happening in July. They're playing a 4-game set with Cleveland, which is actually a 3-game set. Mm-hmm. One of those games is being made up for May 27th.
Right. And the situation with the Dodgers, they don't have a day off till July 11th, Monday.
Yep, and there's a lot of teams, and it's because of that strike that a lot of schedules are screwed up that way this year.
Yeah. And here's a weird one. This is weird this year because we're only playing a 2-game, set with the Angels. We have Sunday off, which is a rarity.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. And so we're actually going to have Sunday, Monday off, and then Tuesday's the All-Star game. Then we'll have an additional day off, and then
You're getting a Sunday off before the All-Star game?
Yes. I think they, in this case for the Dodgers, they did that on purpose because the All-Star game is at Dodger Stadium. So it gives them an extra day to prepare for the festivities.
Yeah, we're playing Chicago at 2:00 in the afternoon on that Sunday.
Actually, it makes sense. You know why?
Oh no, that's the wrong week.
Yeah, but for the Dodgers, that's funny. Okay, it doesn't make sense because they finish at the Angels, but they get the Sunday off, like it really matters.
Well, they don't want a game played in Dodger Stadium Sunday, probably.
No, they're not playing at Dodger Stadium all weekend. It's at Angels. I just misread it. But overall, they need the whole week to get ready anyways.
Are they playing Sunday then against the Angels or no?
No, they're off.
That is weird.
That's just weird. But overall, the Dodgers will be on the road. So from July 11th on, they're going to have to prep the field for a whole week because, remember, they got to put all those advertisement logos around the field. Yeah. So they're going to need that week off for the grounds crew to prepare for the All-Star game.
And the other
So
thing is, after the All-Star game, where are you guys playing?
we're still staying at home. It's going to work out great for the Dodgers. We're hosting the Giants.
It's good for us. We get done with the All-Star game, we play Oakland at Oakland.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, we're playing Sunday at 1:40 in Cleveland.
yeah. Wow. So the Dodgers are going to be relaxed and at home. So even the Angels is really a home game.
Well, and all the guys that aren't playing in the All-Star game, they're probably
Yeah.
their wives already figured out how to take a vacation. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Go to Bahamas for a couple days.
Yep. So yeah, so the Dodgers are going to make a quick road trip to St. Louis for a 3-game series, then come to Angel Stadium for 2, and then they'll be home, and then they'll be already home since they're in Anaheim because it's take the 5 or 57 freeway to go home anyways. Freddie Freeman already lives in Orange County. And yeah, and then July 17th on, the Dodgers are off. If you're not an All-Star, you're going to be home all the way till July 27th. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, July 27th.
So Robert said that's what I'm talking about. Those off days are required. What off days? Once a week?
Yeah.
But normally the Tigers' normal off day is Monday, and that's been that way for many years for them.
Yeah.
It's not always every Monday, but if they get an off day, it's usually Monday is their off day.
Yeah. It's usually your 2 main days is Monday and Thursday.
Right, yeah. Because if you play Monday, you're playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you get Thursday out to play the following weekend, unless you have a 2-gamer on Tuesday and Wednesday. So then you get Monday and Thursday off. Tigers got that, I think, this week or something.
Yeah.
You play a 2-gamer in the middle there, and they get a couple extra days off.
Plus,
But
you get to set up.
Robert don't want any days off. He wants to work 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to figure out how to do that for him.
Poor Robert.
He needs to go get a job with another team so when the Orioles are out of town and they come into town, and then he can go work for them. And there he goes, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Send his girlfriends in Philippines.
Yeah. The other team is the Nationals, but that's kind of hard. Usually they alternate road and away, like those 2 local teams.
Right.
Like the Dodgers, Angels. Most of the times the Angels are, unless they play each other.
Cubs and White Sox, yeah.
Yeah. Most of the times they alternate. Very few times they might be home at the same time.
That is one stadium that I would like to see is the Cubs. Wrigley Field.
Oh, Wrigley Field, yeah.
But then again, I would not want to go down in there. It just, I've been through there many times, and it's like, I don't know. Got to catch the A train or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think you got to figure it out. I think you're right on that. I know Robert said the 4 games are here to stay, but I just can't see him doing 4-3. Not against a division team.
Yeah, but remember, they got to do that 4 times, so.
Well, 4 times, 2-2.
Yeah. Some might do the 2-2, but some going to be 4. It just depends on how you link the other teams from the other leagues.
Yeah.
You know. So, like, you could have a 10-game homestand. Okay, somebody from, the National League Central comes in. Then you have a 4-game series with the Rockies. Then, another team from the Central comes in.
Are you sure all 6 of your games at the end of the year at home against the Rockies?
Yes. Because of
crazy.
Because of the freaking the lockout.
Well, I understand that because I think every team has got that. But I thought they were home and away. Let me see if the Tigers have that or not.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate because we were supposed to open up against the Rockies, so they bunched the opener, the weekend opener, to us. Or actually, it was a 4-game series.
So our games that they rescheduled for us, isn't this a delight? That we're ending the year on is four
Where
is three yeah, 4 games at Seattle is our last 4 games of
girl,
the year. That
uh,
two of them were rescheduled for March 31st, or one was rescheduled for March 31st. One was rescheduled from April 1st. One was rescheduled from April 2nd, and one was rescheduled from April 3rd. So 3 game set, 4 game set they rescheduled for the end of the year with Seattle.
yeah.
Now before that, or no, okay. So that we're playing in Minnesota October 2nd. October 3rd, we go to Seattle for 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the year.
Oh, so you got you and Brett's team. You might be trying to. I don't think you guys going to spoil anything, huh?
No.
Last year that would have been the case since Seattle was making a run.
Yeah, I haven't seen how they're doing this year. I haven't really looked at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at our schedule, most of our off days are Monday. Monday.
Yeah.
We got to play Baltimore in the middle of September.
Yeah. So mid-September, we'll see everything come out because they're already sending drafts out to all the teams for next year already.
Yeah.
They work on this already when the season starts, I think.
So we don't play you guys again this year, right?
No, we don't come to Detroit.
Because we go to the Angels in September, beginning of September.
Yeah, but next year we might see you guys again.
Yeah, you're going to see every team next year.
Yeah. The question is your Tigers coming back to Dodger Stadium, or are we going to head over to Comerica Park? That's the question.
Yeah.
So which of those out of 15 teams, besides our natural rival, which leaves 14 teams in the American League, which of those 7 of 14 coming here, and which of the 7 of those 14 are we going over there? We don't know that question yet.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions. I think you got them mostly figured out. That's what I did for 15 years, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know you got what time? Oh, you got a game today?
No,
Basketball?
I canceled the stream because I have other stuff I got to do. So I'm in no rush.
Yeah, I'm just watching my laptop here, so I forget to charge it. So I think we got that down pat and everything. Robert wants to go back to work 7 days a week, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's good, Robert. You can send me money.
Yeah. Yep, 6 against the Rockies. That's gonna be interesting.
All at home, Rockies. They could play it tight, maybe. Because like you said, all the call-ups will be there.
Yep. Because September 1st, we can expand to a 40-man roster.
Right. So you don't know what might happen there. Well, Kershaw is going to be hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Our 4th and 5th starters have carried us this year. Combined record of 18-1.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Combined record of 8. Yeah. And let's see. I know they were up 5-0 today. I decide, I'm not. Yep. Dodgers won 7-2. Wow. So they hit 3 home runs over Yu Darvish.
And Robert, who does Baltimore end up playing at the end of the year?
Show me the freaking box score. I think I better go to my MLB to look at the box score. So we won 7-2 tonight.
Oh, you guys did?
Yeah, we rocked you,
That's forever than
Darvish.
the Orioles did.
Yeah,
They played
let's
the
see.
Twins.
Yeah, wow, you Darvish went 6 innings after being rocked. Wow, he gave up 5 runs to us.
Is he still a good pitcher? Yeah, he's got 3.53 earned run average.
Yeah,
Not
well,
bad.
he's 7. His record 7-4, and then damn, now our 4th and 5th starters are combined 19-1. Anderson is
Jeez, he's
pitched.
9-1.
Yes, and Catman Gonsolin's 10-0. We're 19-1 with our 4th and 5th starting pitchers in a rotation. They're
They said
responsible for putting us where we're at. We're now 4.5 games ahead of the Padres.
you guys hit 3 home runs.
Yeah, against Darvish.
Did you hear Betts is coming back?
Yeah, he's due back soon. Yes, he
But
did the interview.
They said he's got to play second base.
Really?
That's what I read tonight. To start off with, he's got to play second base, not the outfield yet.
Okay. Actually, that would help us too, because he can play infield.
Well, he can DH.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I think they don't want him running.
Oh, Andy Sales vlog. How are you?
Yeah.
Orioles finish up against the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
The Rockies are blowing apart Arizona 11-5.
Yeah. So, yeah. So there we go.
Tampa Bay's got a record this year. They're 41-36. They got a decent team down there.
Yeah, that AL East is very dangerous because you got Boston now chasing the Yankees, even if the Yankees are blowing everyone away.
Well, they just took a doubleheader today from the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So right now, the Yankees are the front runner. That's okay. We'll see them on the.
They just took 2 from the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah. The networks want to see the Dodgers and Yankees in the World Series.
Think so?
That's what. Oh yes, the networks want that. It's a storied rivalry. And
the Astros are 50-27 right now.
Yeah, no, we don't want to see those Stros. The networks is too boring to watch. Because even if the Braves and Stros, the ratings weren't that high.
How about the Mets?
They want to see the Mets in there too, like Mets, Yankees, Dodgers, Mets in the NLCS. Dodgers,
you know why their ratings are high? Not because they're everybody's favorite team. It's because L.A. and New York are the 2 most populated cities in the United States.
Yeah.
The Braves are 46-33.
Yeah, and the Mets better not sleep on the Braves again. And I'm gonna laugh. Watch we lose Trey Turner to Atlanta, and watch we sign Dansby Swanson, and we're gonna have another emotional Atlanta trip.
What, during the season?
For next season.
Oh, next season.
We go back to Atlanta, but this time they're not gonna, unless if Atlanta pulls it off and wins back-to-back World Series with Dansby Swanson. That'd be funny. And we go back to Atlanta in 23 and go, yep, here's your back-to-back rings now. Here's your second ring.
You think Atlanta will beat you guys in the playoffs?
I don't know. I think we can beat them. I think we have the edge.
You guys just starting pitching a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we beat Atlanta this year 4 out of 6 this year.
Yeah.
And if you didn't watch the Sunday night game, oh my God, Jansen was about to close us out with 2 outs. We were down to our last strike, and we still managed to score 2 runs, and we won in extra innings. I was shocked.
Yeah, well, you guys got a decent bullpen. I think the top part of it has struggled a little bit. The back part is okay. Yeah. Even the Crabman is coming around a little bit.
Yeah, but we need Blake Trinan back to relieve Crabman a little bit.
Yeah.
But he ain't gonna be back. And then we need Dustin May to come back from his Tommy John surgery.
Well, I know that they're already saying the Tigers are going to be sellers.
Oh,
Even
28? I thought it was still 40. Okay.
oh,
So
really?
we're
Only
wow.
add what they add? 5 guys? 3 guys?
Well, right now we have that sucks.
You're only adding 3 guys, Robert? Wow.
No, we're only adding 2 because we're at 26.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna go back up to 28, but that's still
I didn't miss a comment. Oh, yeah, you did way back up there. Okay.
yeah.
I can't read
Right.
everything, Robert. I'm blind in one eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So that, huh? I didn't know that neither. When did they start that?
This season. So yeah. So Orioles finish the season with the Blue Jays. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting on this last halfway through the season.
Yeah, it is. And
Along with
everybody can laugh at my Tigers, but they got some guys on there that should be hitting that aren't hitting. And so after the All-Star break, what happens if they come alive and the Tigers start winning? That changes. When you get a team that's on the bottom after the All-Star break, they turn it around. That changes the whole outcome of people feeling comfortable they're going to be in the playoffs to maybe we're not because we just lost 3 to the Tigers.
yeah,
So that could mess up a whole lot of things. I don't think the Tigers are playoff bound or anything. The hitters they got. I mean, Baez is hitting like 200 or 213. Scope is hitting below the Mendoza. Candelaria is hitting below the Mendoza. Those guys start hitting. We can start beating teams anyway. At least be competitive with them.
yeah. And what about Mickey? Is he done after this year?
Oh yeah, this is his last year of his contract, so nobody's gonna.
Yeah.
And you could see he can still hit like a son of a gun. He just got another hit today. I think he's one behind Biggio, I think it is.
Yeah.
But he can't run. You watch him run, and
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting them. But
that's what took him down was his legs. He got hit, I think, a few times and stuff. Damn it.
Yeah. Next year, then someone can take a chance if he really wants a ring. Yankees, Dodgers.
I don't think he will because, like you said, he already said if he after the year he'd like to be a coach with the Tigers. So maybe he'll go down to the minor leagues and coach.
Yeah. If he wants to do that, that's fine. But question is, if he wants a World Series ring.
Oh, he's already got one. 2 of them actually.
Yeah, one with the Marlins.
Yeah, one with the Tigers.
Yeah.
So he's got everything. I mean,
yeah.
I think he's just trying to get through this year. He just wants to finish out the year on the contract. I mean, he's hitting 300, around 300 anyway.
Yeah, he's still got it.
He doesn't have the power he once did. Can't outrun the ball anymore, but he's still hitting the ball.
Right.
But I think if there's anybody going to get traded to, like I said, so bad teams always trade to the big teams. If anybody's looking for a guy in the bullpen, I would think that the Tigers would trade Soto. Their relief.
Yeah. Oh, so he got a World Series ring his rookie year.
Yeah, with the Marlins.
Yeah, in 2003, they got lucky. Thanks to the Cubs mishap, and then the Yankees just didn't show up.
Right. So he's got 2 rings. He's
2? He has only one.
One with the Tigers, didn't he?
No, Tigers never won a ring.
Well, not with him, they didn't.
No, when's the last time the Tigers won a World Series? Was it in '84? Or am I missing something?
Oh, that's right. They lost 3 straight to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Mickey was on that team. They lost to San Francisco, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's
2006 or something like that. 2006,
uh
2008.
no, it was like 2000, either 2010, 12. Well, 14 it was Kansas City Giants, 12, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost 3 straight to the freaking Giants. God. Or 4 straight to the Giants.
Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah. So he has 1 ring. Well, maybe he can go one team. He wins a World Series as a rookie, and then he wins one at the end of his career.
Well, unless they trade him here at the trade
Yeah,
deadline.
yeah. Or if you wanted to take just one shot next year.
I don't think he's got it left in him.
I don't think so. Yeah,
when
true.
he hits the ball and you see him running to first base, he just ain't
Yeah.
got. He ain't got his legs are gone.
Yeah.
But they could trade him at the trade deadline this year. I think if they trade anybody, maybe it would be Soto because they got a couple other guys that used to be closers like Fulmer and stuff.
Yeah.
And Soto's having a good year.
Yeah.
But there's a couple guys they could trade away: Candelaria, Scope, second baseman, whatever teams need. But
Yeah.
I think Miggy's. I don't know. They could trade him if somebody needs a DH because that's about all he can do right now is DH.
Yeah. Well, if someone needs a bat, that's where it comes in.
Right.
And he has postseason experience, so
One of the National League teams, that you've been using a DH that can play the field.
yeah.
In there, he don't play the field, so
Yeah, wouldn't be with the Braves because they have Marcel Alsuna unless he gets hurt.
But then again, it's all about money, right?
Yeah.
Miggy still brings in the fans at Tiger Stadium right now.
Right.
And he's going to all year long because they're watching his hit total. What's he going to end up with? 3,100, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it could be that they're going to keep him just for that too. Unless,
I don't see.
Because I don't see anybody offering a lot for him in a trade. So
it's not going to happen.
I don't think it's a big deal to trade him. We're not going anywhere this year. And actually, he's our best hitter.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of teams in the National League. I'm like, Giants going to want to take a chance? Probably not. Our Dodgers, no. We've got plenty of help already.
Padres?
We need pitching. Padres, maybe, because if Tatis doesn't come back.
There. Melvin was a Tiger.
Yeah, so now probably that would be the one shot. The question is the Padres going to still contend? I still think the Padres will still contend, but I don't see them overtaking us unless we disappear. And we've taken the last 14 out of 15 from the Padres.
Yeah, unless you guys get some injuries, you guys are solid right now.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have it.
You get like a Freddie Freeman get hurt or something like that. That could hurt your dynamic of your batting order.
Right. So, but I think we're going to be going for a pitcher in the trade deadline and relief pitching. Those are our two needs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. But then what?
You think they'd trade away Kershaw?
No.
No?
I think we're going to ride or die with Kershaw this year. And this might be it. Yeah. 1 year deal. And I still would take Kershaw going into postseason. He has the experience, even if he's been roughed up more times than winning it.
Yeah.
I'd still rather ride in with Kershaw because we still need him in the clubhouse.
Yeah, about the time the All-Star game comes is when everybody starts looking at the teams that are on the bottom and seeing what they got that's good. And you never know. But I doubt if anybody's going to want Miggy because even if they want him, they're not going to give much. And the Tigers we'll just keep him. I mean, he's at least bringing in some money to the team.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay. which are Tigers.
Yeah.
But
I hope he does.
I
hope he does.
yeah, I don't see any other team that's going to really want to take him on. You think the Yankees are fine. They're loaded.
Yeah.
Red Sox, you don't know if they're really contenders or not. Tampa Bay.
Well, that's the thing is you look at a guy like him, and it's somebody like him you'd want to put you over the top. Put you in the battle with the Yankees or the Dodgers and stuff. And Miggy wouldn't do that. Miggy's a good base hitter right now. Yeah, I think he's got 6 home runs.
Yeah.
So he's hitting like 88. So he's more of a base hit guy right now.
Yeah. Unless you're the Astros.
I think he'll stay with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Huh?
Unless, the Astros, but they're loaded too, so.
Yeah, I don't know the Astros too well, so.
Yeah. So.
I don't know who their DH is down there.
Yeah. So there we go. So I think we covered pretty much everything, huh?
Yes, sir. My laptop's about dying out on me anyway, so.
Yeah.
I think we'll call it tonight here. It's already almost midnight. I got to get up and deliver this freight first thing in the morning, so.
Okay.
But, all right. Stick around, King, and
yeah.
Everybody, have a good night. Thanks for showing up. And please, I will put King's a link to the A.E.SportsTalk. Check him out. He does a lot. Every sports over there imaginable. If you love basketball, if you're Filipina, you're going to want to follow A.E.SportsTalk. And so I hope you learned something from the baseball talk tonight about the schedule for next year. We don't know everything, of course. We only know this much. Next year, I don't know when they're going to announce the schedule. I don't know if they're going to hold off on it this year or not.
No, it's going to be mid-September. They need it out there. Yeah, they need it out there by mid-September to get teams that are not there, just get them already thinking. It's a mental thing.
Right. Okay. Anyway, thanks for coming in, Robert, everybody. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next time on the Scotty B Show.
All right. Take care. Bye.